the decision of the Supreme Court, and the world welcomed that decision. It would be very unfortunate for the duty bearers to make it look like Uganda does not wish to implement the decision of the Supreme Court. My colleague has already said the Attorney General in his advice fell short of directing or telling the prison in a definitive manner what to do when there is no valid warrant to continue detaining a person. Because we all know what should be done. That person should be released immediately, because the court always says, unless otherwise lawfully held. The two gentlemen, Dr. Besigye and Mr. Lutale, are not lawfully held. They are illegally detained at Luzira prison. So we are asking the duty bearers not to give a bad name to the Republic of Uganda. Let them obey the lawful orders and do what they need to do. And just to show you that indeed the world is watching, we are here with Mosula Rifu from Comoros. He practices law in both Comoros and France. And like I've said before, he was the lead lawyer for Ousmane Sonko, who is now the Prime Minister of Senegal. We have also Gloria, where are you? Gloria Kimani from Kenya, a council member of the Law Society of Kenya, detailed by the Law Society to come and see what is going on. Uganda is a member of the East Africa community, and members of the community are keenly watching, because one of the foundational principles is the rule of law principle. Here we have Generali Ulimwengu from Tanzania, a jurist from Tanzania. He also writes a column in the East African. And you can see Tanzania too is interested. We have with him Mpale Mpoki, also from Tanzania, a renowned jurist from Tanzania. He has had occasion to be the vice president of the Tanganyika Law Society. He is here as an international jurist and also detailed by Amnesty International to come and observe what is going on. We also have Ronald Ebole, Amnesty International, also here to observe what is going on. Have I left out any other observer? We have several other observers who have gone ahead because their flights were this afternoon. And so therefore, when we say that the judgment of the Supreme Court has been welcomed, not just by Uganda, but East Africa and the world, and people are keenly watching to see Uganda following the rule of law. We are also still hopeful, and I'm telling those in government, don't drag your feet. Don't make Uganda look like it doesn't want to obey court orders. Effect this judgment. On our part, we will do the best we can. Thank you.
Pour exprimer mon sentiment d'Africain.
I would like.
Go ahead.
Oh, come. I would like to take this space to express my feelings as an African.
J'ai l'expérience des grands combats politico-judiciaires.
I have some experience in the great political judicial struggle.
Ce que je souhaiterais dire aujourd'hui, deux choses. Premièrement, Dr Kaza est en position de force, puisque le droit est de son côté.
What I would like to say is that, first of all, Dr. Kiza is in the right, because the law and the foundations of justice are in his corner.
Puisque dans un pays, lorsque la Cour suprême, c'est la juridiction suprême la plus élevée, se prononce pour le droit, ça veut dire tout simplement que vous avez gagné le combat juridique. le combat du droit.
In a properly constituted society, once the Supreme Court takes a position in your favor, it means you are in the right, because that is the expression of the highest judicial organ.
Donc c'est une victoire pour la personne concernée, mais c'est aussi la victoire pour votre pays, pour Ouganda, pour l'Afrique de l'Est, pour toute l'Afrique, de voir la haute juridiction du pays se prendre position pour le droit.
So it is a victory for Uganda that the highest judicial voice has expressed itself in favor of a principle that is inviolable.
Et puis, deuxième point que je tenais à souligner, c'est que nous sommes venus ici de différents pays d'Afrique. Il y a ceux qui ont fait des milliers de kilomètres pour venir ici exprimer à notre frère notre solidarité, puisqu'il a toujours été disponible pour faire autant de kilomètres, autant de distances, pour nous soutenir nous aussi.
We coming from the various countries of Africa which came here have gone across long distances, hundreds and hundreds of kilometers, just to come to express our solidarity with our brother, who he himself has had occasion to travel across Africa for the same reasons.
Nous lui devons cette mobilisation, et je pense que si dans quelques heures, quelques jours, il n'est pas libéré, la mobilisation va prendre encore une dimension exceptionnelle en faveur du droit, en faveur de la démocratie pour Ouganda, pour toute l'Afrique de l'Est. Et je vous remercie.
We owe him that kind of solidarity because he has also worked with us. And if in a few hours from now he is not freed, the rest of Africa will take note and maybe take measures in order to effect his release. And I thank you very much.
As you know, the engagements about the implementation of the Supreme Court decision are ongoing, and all efforts are being made. As we told you, we shall leave no stone unturned in the pursuit to deal with these matters, or cases involving civilians and all other related matters upon which they pronounce themselves. So this morning we had a discussion with the Attorney General, who indicated he had actually developed a fit of kire, if I may use that term, in that his advice was not that clear on what should be done in the wake of the expiry of the remand warrant. He was not that clear. Yes, he had guided that the files, either to being pursued before the General Court Martial, should be transferred to the civilian courts. He also indicated to us that he had communicated to the Director Public Prosecution to take charge of the matters in accordance with Article 20 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. But up to now, no action has been taken, and it was not so clear how those files are going to be transferred from the General Court Martial to the DPP and then to the civilian courts. It was not that clear. So we demanded for a concrete itinerary of the flow, of the movement of those files, which was not explained to us. Now, again, yesterday we told you, the Commissioner General of Prisons was in total disarray, was actually at a loss as to what to do with the prisoners who are in his custody without valid court orders, without any remand warrant. And they had assured us that by today at least there would be a clear position. As we speak right now, even our interaction with the authorities here, they are still in the same situation. They know the law. They actually consider and acknowledge that Dr. Besigye Rutale and the others who had been handled by the General Court Martial, they are in legal detention now. They recognize the fact that actually they need some paperwork, a remand warrant, to continue keeping Dr. Besigye in their custody. But unfortunately, they claim their hands are tied, that they are waiting for a directive from the Attorney General. And the Attorney General is not giving a directive whether they should continue on remand or they should be released. The Attorney General has not given that directive. Before we tell you the feelings and the sentiments of our clients, first of all, we want to condemn the regime for that conduct because it amounts to contempt of court and it's a violation of the Constitution, definitely. And that situation, as it obtains right now, is totally untenable, where you have people on remand without valid remand warrants. And also to keep the prisoners' authorities in that state of disarray or uncertainty. They don't know what to do with the people who are in their custody right now. As for our clients, they are still in a good spirit. They are upbeat. They are anxious, though, about the state of affairs, where their fate is not that clear. Their demand is very clear and unequivocal that they must get out of Luzira. They have given us instructions to do everything possible to ensure that they are out of this place soonest. So this is what we are pursuing. From here, the team you see here, we are proceeding to the chambers of the Chief Justice right now.
But let them not announce before we arrive.
Man. And there are other measures they intend to take. Actually, we had to discuss some of the drastic measures they want to take internally within the precincts of the prisons here, now that there is no order of court keeping them here. They are drastic measures they are putting on table. They are contemplating undertaking right now. It's after our discussion that they had to put them on hold for a short while as we explore this option of seeing the Chief Justice. If it doesn't result into positive developments, or if there are no quick, lawful and positive interventions made by the court that made the pronouncements in regards to implementation of the directives and orders given, then you wait for the actions they are going to take inside the prisons, which government will not like.
Yeah.
Tukola kyonna ekisoboka wansi w'enjuba mu busobozi bwaffe okulaba nga judgment ya kooti eteekebwa mu nkola. Era tetutudde tutambula tudda wano tudda wali ku makya twakedde wa Attorney General n'abyako byatunyonnyola naye nga tebigatta bulungi, kubanga yatugambye nti yalagidde Ssaabawabi wa government, Director of Public Prosecutions, nti ensonga fayiro azijjeyo mu General Court Martial azitwale mu kooti eza bulijjo. Naye nga bwe mukimanyi nti ekyo Director of Public Prosecution tagenda kukikola. Ate ne gali amagye tegasobola kusitula fayiro gazitwaleyo. Kuba tewali fayiro za poliisi nti poliisi yanoonyereza, tewaliyo na fayiro. Kyetubakakasa nti ne mu General Court Martial tewaliyo fayiro, kubanga tewali bye baali banoonyereza. Amagye tegakola investigation. Bwebaayo fayiro ejjasa erimu ka charge sheet kokka. Tewaliyo nti oba ono complainant, nti oba ono yakola statement bweti nga we bibeera mu cases eza bulijjo, then DPP agisanctioning. Ebyo tebiriyo. So kakati bali mu kugula budde, bali mu kupalapalanya nga we banoonya ekyokukola, naye ekiriwo nti Dr. Besigye kati bamusibidde bw'amateeka, kubanga ne ka warrant General Court Martial ke yali yafulumya kooti prisons kwe babadde babosibira, aka warrant ako kaweddeko olunaku lwajjo. Kakati bonna ab'amakomera bakkiriza nti Dr. Besigye Obedi Lutale n'abalala babalina mu bukyamu bakkiriza bayine byabashaija yakkiriza olunaku lwajjo na bonna betutudde nabo wano olwaleero bonna bakkiriza naye basajja battungo balaba bayongobevu bonna balinga enkuba beekubye buli gwobuuza agamba munnaye naffe tetumanyi kyakukola bonna mulimu n'abali senior nga Commissioner Mulamba ali wano Erubu Commissioner Mulamba owa prisons naye ali wali byabaweddeko dda era kimpozi kye bakoze olwaleero olw'okuba byabaweddeko bulijjo bagamba mujja kubalabako omu babiri mujja kugendayo omu olwaleero tubadde 24 abayingidde omulundi gumu bulijjo bagamba mujja kumulabako eddakiika 2 mujja kumulabira mu kadirisa olwaleero tutudde naye ne twogera nabo naye n'Obedi Lutale nga ffenna weetuli bapulida 24 nga tuli wali ekibadde tekibeerawo kubanga nabo kati bakirabye nti Dr. Besigye bamulina mu bukyamu naye batugambye bugambi nabo balinda firimbi ani ayina ogifuuwa twabadde tulowooza atone jeno byamukalidde ku matama yaganye kati kirabika balinda mwami Yoweri Museveni yanaafuuwa firimbi tikati mubate n'ekyo kyabulabe era ffe tusazeewo tuddayo ewa mukulodoki Owinyi Dolo tuddayo mu kooti eya Owinyi Dolo olwaleero tumugambe nti ensalawo gye mwasalawo mwali munyumya era abantu bano abagijeemedde muyinza kukola kyokulaba ng'ensalawo eno ekola kubanga kikyamu Supreme Court okukola ekiragiro ne bakikwata bali ne bateeka mu kasero ne bakitwala nga kasasiro so kati gye tulaga akaseera kano tube nga tubaako kye tukola naye kye muteekeddwa okumanya nti Dr. Besigye n'Obedi Lutale bagumu nnyo nga bwe mukiwulira era batukakasizza balina bye bateekateeka nabo okukola kuba kaakati tewakyali tteeka lyonna mwe babasibira balina enteekateeka gye babadde bateekateeka okutandika olwaleero okukola mu kkomera wano gye mwaliwulidde nammwe nga kibukuta mu kkomera naye tubasabye ne tubaga akali katumale okuva ewa Owinyi Dolo ekigambo kyanaatuwa kyekijja okuba emmanduso kiyinza okugamba nti kikakkanyiza embeera nti bagenda kubata oba kiyinza naye bwe tutuukayo naye n'agamba nti naye byamusobedde data